Hey guys, welcome back to our second session. Okay, and I'm just waiting for everyone to join back up again, and we're going to resume our session. We're gonna continue, looking at this part, and then we're going to look at the guided practice together. Okay, so here we ended the part here with the reading. Okay, and okay, so let me just take a quick attendance. Ali, Ali.
Yes.
Okay, Adam.
Yes.
Ahmed Rashwan.
Yes.
Hassan is not here. Mu'min, not here. Okay, Noor Mahdi. Noor Mahdi is not here. All right, Usama. Usama. Osama's not here. Okay, and Aisel. 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 Okay, Aisel is not here. How about Yusuf?
Here.
Fadia.
Here.
Farah.
Here.
Fatima.
Here.
Habiba.
Yes.
Hala.
Yes.
Hana Magdi.
Yes.
Hana Hamdi.
Here.
Hana Durgham.
Here.
Hana الحلو.
Here.
Jana. Jana. Okay, Jana's not here. Judy. Judy. Jana and Judy. They're both in the waiting room. Okay. All right, so Jana and Judy are entering, and Kenzie.
Here.
Khadija.
Here.
Lujain Ayman.
Here.
Lujaina Nauman.
Here.
Malak.
Here.
Maya.
Here.
Noor. Nano.
Here.
And Reem.
Here.
Okay, so my
Yes.
absences for today, for now, are Hassan, Mu'min, Noor Mahdi, and Usama, and Aisel.
Miss, I'm here if
Yes, Judy, you're here, baby. Yes, got you. Judy and Jana, you guys were in the waiting room when I was doing that. Thank you. Okay, so the last part that we read is Maya saying, Helen, my buttons. Okay, and here we see that Helen pushes the buttons into the doll, and then what can we assume that Helen is trying to give the doll? Adam, what is Helen trying to give the doll, or what is she using these buttons for? Adam, please explain.
I don't know.
Are you sure?
What's my answer?
Yes,
Yes.
Yusuf, please.
يعني she wanted to make features of يعني the doll's face يعني to make eyes for the doll.
Eyes. Good job, eyes. All right, she takes two buttons, equivalent to two eyes, and the buttons are exactly they're the same shape as eyes, almost, right? Round, kind of. And this is Helen's way for compensating the doll's features. Okay, this is her way of saying or realizing or noticing that there's something missing about this doll. This doll is not, or this face. This face is not like the normal faces that I've been touching all along. There's something missing here, and she doesn't know, or she didn't know how to communicate it to the adults because the adults are too busy being aggravated. Mr. Keller is tense, and the adults are too busy um, basically discussing things, and James making his remark, and no one is understanding what Helen is trying to say. So she takes matters into her own hands, and she tugs on Aunt Eve's dress, pulls out two buttons, and places them on the towel doll's face to make eyes. Who is excited about this occurrence? Who is excited about this occurrence? We can tell that she's happy or excited about this occurrence. Who is excited about it? Khadija, can you please tell us who's excited about Helen doing this? When Helen yanked these two buttons out and put them on the towel, who's happy or who's excited about this situation?
Her aunt.
Is it?
Mm,
What about
I'm
Reem?
not. Miss, can you repeat your question?
Who's excited when Helen does this and she yanks the two buttons and she places them on the towel? Who seems to be very excited about this occurrence?
Kate.
Kate, her mom, right? We see that she runs swiftly. That means, she goes quickly and she gets on her knees and she takes Helen's hands and puts them on her own eyes and she says, "Eyes?" Like, is that what you're trying to do? Are you trying to give the doll eyes? Okay, so we're anticipating here that here she says she wants the doll to have eyes. All right, Helen nods. Okay, and to nod means to move your head in a yes gesture. Okay, and here mom says she wants the doll to have eyes. Okay, Kate takes pins and buttons from the sewing basket and attach them to the doll as eyes. Keller stands quiet and watches morosely, and Eve blinks and conceals her emotions by inspecting her dress. Okay, so everyone seems to be a little bit shocked. Kate could be, after all, responsive. Okay, she's actually showing signs of intelligence and not being so um, mentally defective as her brother thinks that she is. Okay, and this is the point of this part here. Okay, then we go on here. I'm going to show you. These are your questions from chapter from pages 253 to page 257. Okay, you guys are going to be required to answer these questions. All
Miss,
right.
this was Act 1, right?
This is not Act 1, baby. Act 1 is long. These are 5 pages. We're dividing. If you go back to the reading onto the PDF, you guys will see that Act 1 is long. Okay, we're not anywhere close to finishing Act 1.
But this is like part of Act 1.
Yes, this is Act 1. We're gonna stay in Act 1 for like maybe this entire week. Okay, and
Okay.
maybe the week after too. All right, if we look here, we'll see that all this is Act 1.
It's finished on page 274.
274. Is that right, Reem? Yes. Okay. So if we're reading from page 253 to 270 to 274. All right. So we're going to be dividing our reading. If you look at the weekly plan, you'll see that starting Tuesday we're gonna pick up from 258 to 262. Okay, so we're gonna still have more pages to finish in Act 1. That's why Act 1 is a lot of information, and I'm going to quiz you guys separately on every act. Okay, because I'm not gonna. It'll be too much to be quizzed on the entire play together. Okay, so when we finish Act 1, we're going to be in Term 3 officially, starting January 31st, and I'm going to plot down quiz dates for these acts. Okay, so that's why I gave you guys a head start in the term for that. All right, these are your questions again for pages. I'm going to name the sheet according to the pages. Okay, so keep in mind that we're going to divide Act 1 in pages. Okay, from 253 to 257. And then we're going to our next division is going to be from 258 to 262. Okay, so it's 5 pages, a 5 page lapse. Okay, for each one. All right, so I'm going to post these. All right, the first one says the play of the or the setting of the play. Can who remind me quickly of the setting of the play? Who could remind me where the play takes place? The setting of the play. Where are we?
Alabama.
Okay, go ahead, Dream. We're in Alabama. Where in Alabama? We can find it in our stage directions. Remember, we said that we are going to be where in
Tuscumbia.
Good job. All right, perfect, Judy. We are in. Again, if you look at the your stage directions, we are in Tuscumbia, Alabama. We're around the 1800s. Okay, and we are in the South. Okay, and the play starts out, or the act starts out, being in the Keller home. Okay, but we're going to also move to different places in the play, and it's going to be next. We're going to go and see that we are going to be in the Perkins Institute for the Blind. Okay, and this is located in Boston, Virginia. Okay, and remember, the Perkins Institute for the Blind is where Anne Sullivan, the miracle worker, okay, one of the most important characters in the story that actually helped Helen through her disability, okay, through her deafness and blindness. This is her. Okay, so we're gonna meet her at the Perkins Institute for the Blind. But for what we covered so far in these pages, we know that we're in Tuscumbia, Alabama. We're in the South, and this is a Southern family during the 1800s. Okay, in the 1880s. Sorry, during that time, again, we know that slavery was in act and going. Okay, still going. So let's look at the next question here that we have. It says, why is the doctor available at the Keller's home? All right, the first scene at all, we meet the doctor and huddled in a certain area, present along with two more people. Who could tell me why is the doctor there? What is happening in this scene, in the beginning opening scene of the play? Maya, please.
The doctor was there because Helen was really sick because she had fever.
All right, so we know that the child, Helen is sick. Okay, she's not feeling well. She's ill, and the doctor is there for to view the baby or the child, right? To check on the child. And who's present with him? With the doctor, Maya. Who's present with the
Uh,
doctor?
Kate and Keller,
Okay, and they are the
the
child's
parents
what?
of the
The child's
parents,
parents. Good job, right? And where are they huddled? In where? Where? By her what? By Helen's?
and the room of the baby تقريبا.
Yes, in the baby's room or Helen's room. They're huddled by her crib. Okay, the crib. And a crib is a bed made for a baby for the baby. Okay, and they're huddled there. All right, so here we know the doctor is there because Helen Keller, the child or the baby, is not feeling well, and the doctor is there to check on the baby and to reassure the parents. And the parents are huddled along the baby's crib. Okay, Mr. Keller, sorry, and Captain Keller, Captain Arthur Keller. Okay, and we know Kate is the mother. How does the doctor describe Helen? Okay, he uses a certain adjective to describe Helen. What is that adjective that he uses? And what does it foreshadow? Who could remember the adjective the doctor uses to describe Helen? And what did we say it foreshadowed? All right, Lujay Nomen, this is your question. Please go back to the article, go back to the play, and you can find it. Okay, if we go here, we can find it on on this page right here that I'm share screening with you. Okay, it's on page 254, and here in this area, how does a doctor describe her? Lujay Nomen, are you ready with an answer? Lujay? Okay, I'm going to put that down. No answer from Lujain Rahman. How about Nano, please?
He says you've never seen a baby more vitality. That's the truth.
The good job. All
It
right.
foreshadows that.
Go ahead. Yes, please finish. Yes.
It foreshadows that the baby like is vulnerable, is about to die.
Vulnerable. All right. Remember, guys, vital. Vitality. It comes from the Latin word vit, and it means life. All right.
Mood, yeah.
So is that suggesting death or is it suggesting life, Nano?
مش عارفة.
Okay, let me put it in other words, okay? If you look at the word vital or vitality, all right?
It means life. معناها إيه بقى؟ ما نعرفش.
Yes, vit is a root word. It's a Latin root word that means life. Like when you take vitamins, okay? Why is there a vit in vitamins? Because again, it's a pill that we take or something that we take to improve our lives. When I describe water and air as vital, that means they are necessary for us to survive or to continue living. Okay, so vit is the Latin word for life. So vitality means that he describes Helen as full of life, someone full of life. So would that foreshadow death or would it
No.
foreshadow thriving and
Not thriving.
good job. Okay, so again, this is the author. This is the doctor's words, and he says that he has never seen a baby like her, such a baby full of life, and he says that her parents are indeed lucky to have her. And he also says that she is going to be well and up and running soon, and she's going to be full. Okay, so this is the description of the doctor, and like Nano said, it foreshadows that we see here that Helen is a survivor. Okay, it foreshadows that she's going to thrive and she's going to make the best out of life. Okay, Judy, do you have anything to add?
He also described like all that. This is another thing. No, خلاص.
Sure. Okay, baby.
Yes.
All right, thank you. All right, everyone understands this, so please write that down in your notes. I hope that you guys are taking notes and answering. This is an assignment that you guys are gonna have to submit by next week. I have the deadline for it to be on January 31st. So you literally have a whole week to finish the study guide. But I'm going to verbally answer it with you, just to make sure that you guys are on the right track. Okay, I'm not gonna answer all of it, but I'm just gonna. I want to see how you guys are doing with the reading. Okay, if you guys are understanding what we're doing. I have brought up two of them, but this is my wife's first. She isn't battle scarred yet. Who speaks the following words? Who spoke these following words? Fadia.
Miss again?
This is number 4. If you guys go on SMS, you can download the sheet with me. If not, you can please look at the screen that I'm sharing. Okay. It's question number 4. It says, I have bought up, it's right here. I have bought up 2 of them, but this is my first, this is my wife's first. She is not scarred yet. Who speaks the following words and what does it help the reader learn about him? What can it help us learn about him, Fadia? First of all, I said him, so that's a big hint. It's a male that said these words. Who was it? Who's the speaker of these words, Fadia?
Hello, Kate's husband.
Okay, who is Mr. Keller, or you can say Captain
yes.
Keller, right? So
Captain Keller.
either Captain Keller or Mr. Keller. That's correct. He is the one that spoke these words. What does this specific line mean, and what does it help us understand about him, about his life, or what can we learn about him from these words?
No, he's not he gets scared of like he's not as courageous as his wife. Kate?
He isn't courageous as Kate. Is that what we get from this sentence? How about Hannah Hamdi, please, can you help?
It says like I'm not sure, but I think like it means that like he um like I think it means like that he never seen like he her like he didn't expect it to her to be like blind and like this because he got two of her of the of like two of her like he got two children and they were perfectly fine, I think.
Okay, so let's just remember that Mr. Keller spoke these words before he found out about Helen's blindness. Okay, so this is
Okay.
okay, so yeah, this is Mr. Heller speaking. What can I help us understand about him? How about Reem, please?
I bought his two children before.
Good. All
يعني
right, so number one, it helps us understand that he was previously
married.
he's previously married. Okay, this is not something that we could have understood without dialogue, and this is the importance of dialogue because it helps us understand or learn more about the character. Okay, because they reveal things about themselves through the importance of dialogue. Okay, so like Reem said, number one, uh, this specific line that Mr. Heller said helps us understand or realize that number one, he was previously married, and from his first marriage he has two kids, okay, or two children, all right. And when he says that Kate isn't battle scarred yet, what does he mean by that?
Um, that he already know how the situation يعني he he had the situation before, so he knows he
Right.
got
He's
right.
inferring that. Good. All right. So battle scarred, yeah, means that he had his share of with children, and he knows how to deal with such situation or with a child's illness. Okay, because again, he had a previous experience with kids. But for Kate, this is her first child. All right. So seeing her ill for the first time is a big deal. All right. So she's not yet. She has not yet experienced how to deal with a sick child and so on. Okay, so this is what he's saying that Kate isn't battle scarred yet because this is her first experience to deal with a baby. Okay, on the other hand, he had his share of situations with kids, so he has gone through it. He knows how to deal well. Okay, thanks, Yarim. Five. How does Mrs. Keller realize what has happened to Helen? All right. Well, how does she come to the conclusion to know what happened to Helen? How about Adam? How did Mrs. Keller, Kate, Helen's mom, realize that what happened to Helen? What did she do that made her realize what happened?
Miss, can I say?
Go ahead, Ahmed, please.
Uh, just when she was playing with her, she like clicked her fingers so close to her eye, but she didn't like do a single blink. She didn't blink at all,
Good job.
so she knew like she didn't see or she
Good.
couldn't see.
All right. What else did she do? Okay, so number one, like Ahmed said, she passed her hand. All right, she passed her hand a few times over Kate's eyes, and she still didn't blink or show any response. What else did she do besides wave her hand across Helen's face? Hannah Durham, what else did she do?
when she shouts يعني
Exactly,
إيه؟
exactly. Good. Elaborate more. Good.
she didn't يعني Helen يعني she's not scared يعني because all the children when someone shout they will be scared.
Good. Right. Exactly. All right. So here we see that she was shouting, calling her husband's name out loud, and she was doing it intentionally, very close to Helen's ear to see if Helen would respond. She would cry or panic or scream or do something, and of course, no response. All right. This is how she realized that there's something wrong with Helen. What causes Helen's blindness and deafness? What is the term given by the doctor that caused her deafness
Miss,
and
how didn't she swipe her hand? Like didn't she swipe like keep doing her hand in front of her?
Yeah, this is what Ahmed Rashwan said. That she waved her hand or moved her hand across Helen's face and eyes to see that if she would blink or respond. And
okay,
she
I didn't
also
see.
no, Ahmed Rashwan said that. Yeah.
Oh.
Okay, so what is the term that was the doctor gave to cause Helen's blindness and deafness? What was it, Kinsey? Please.
She had lost her sight, her blindness and deafness because she was when she was 19 months. She was have and you like the fever, the
A
secret
fever. That's right.
fever.
But can you please provide us with the medical term that the doctors gave?
I do not know, but I will see in the.
Please, you guys can always go back. Remember, we're still at the
I
phase of
will.
studying. So we can still go back and find and get acquainted with the terms before we see them again on a quiz. All right. How about Khadija? What was the term given by the doctor, Khadija? Did you look at your Helen Keller PDF file and try to find the answer?
Okay.
That's what we should all be doing, not Khadija only. How about Jenna? I think Maya gave us the answer before to that one a long while ago. Yusuf, please give us the term, honey.
ثانية بس.
Okay.
An acute
Acute.
congestion
Good
of
job.
the stomach and brain.
Good job. An acute congestion of the stomach and brain. And what was sarcastic remark did Katie make about this term? Who remembers the sarcastic remark that Katie makes about this term? Maya.
She says there's nothing cute about her congestion.
About a congestion. Good job. Bravo. Thank you, Maya. Good girl. Okay, so it's called the acute congestion of the stomach and brain, and the sarcastic remark that Mrs. Keller makes that there's nothing cute about it. Of course, acute is not meaning cute. Okay, acute means sharp. All right. So she says there's nothing cute about it. And this is a little ironic or sarcastic remark that she makes about the name or the medical term that there were still. Remember, this is back then when fevers were not understood. Okay, they were mind-boggling and they even caused the death of children. Okay, next one. How old is
Miss
yes?
Miss هو my smart school sometimes sometimes بيعلق. So can you did you send send the PDF on the Facebook group, or is it on the Facebook group?
No, I don't post any sheets on the Facebook group. I post it on assignments, and I also post it in the there's assignments. So remember, guys, we're going to start. You're gonna have to start submitting your assignments on assignments. Okay, it's not gonna be done through Facebook or email anymore. The only way to accept assignments starting term 3, which is January 31st, which is the due date of this assignment, is gonna be through assignments. Okay, so that I can give you feedback through that, because it's a hassle. Messenger and email, it's a hassle for teachers. Okay, so when you look at it, Hannah, you're gonna see it's either on assignments, and I also post it on our in the library, in the teacher library. So I post it in 2 places. If it's still not there, Hannah, and you have a problem,
Okay.
I can also post it for you on the group as a
Miss
document.
Kenzie sent it to us at the group, so
Kinsey sent it.
yes.
Okay, so Hannah, do you have it?
Okay. I because sometimes بس my the smart
If you
school
have
it's
any issues anytime with the sheet, message me privately on Facebook Messenger, and I can send it directly to you there if you have any struggles. Okay, try to
okay,
open this
thank
one. If you struggle with that one, tell me. Okay,
Okay.
I'll wait for you. How does Mr. Keller? Okay, so we know that. How old is Helen at the beginning of the play? How old was Helen at the beginning of the play? Who remembers?
Miss gonna say.
Keller, Helen, صح؟
Yes, Helen the baby. How
Miss
old
gonna
is she?
say.
Yes, Ahmed, please.
A year and a half.
Good job. She was 18 months old or a year and a half. A good job, Ahmed. And how much time elapses? I mean, what does elapses mean? Elapses means how much time is runs by or goes by to the scene where Helen plays with Percy and Martha. Okay, we see that there's a little bit of forwarding. Time has passed. Okay, how much time has passed? Who knows? Maya.
5 years.
Good job. 5 years. So how old is Helen at that time while she's playing with Percy and Martha?
Miss, can I say or someone else?
Miss, can I answer?
Judy, please. Thank you, Maya. Thanks, Ahmed.
6 years and a half.
Good job. She's 6.5 years old. We see here again, if you have any questions regarding that, you could see it also in the stage directions provided here that she was 6.5 years old while she was playing. That means that, like Ahmed mentioned, time has passed. Okay, time has passed. And here we see again, what does Helen do to Percy and Martha as they speak? What is she doing with them? What is she doing, Grim?
They're trying to cut off
What
the
does
door.
Helen do?
Yeah, she was putting her hand on their lips to try to see what they are speaking or what they're
Excuse me. I'm sorry, guys. Yeah, absolutely. She is. She has her hand over their lips, trying to feel the movement of their lips, and trying to analyze what is this movement, and this is a speaking movement. And what does Percy? How does Percy react when Helen does that? When she puts when Helen puts her hand in his mouth, how do Percy and Martha react? Do they like it, or are they annoyed by it? Adam, can you please tell me, Adam? Uh, Percy and Martha, are they happy? Are they okay with this? When she does this, when Helen puts her hand on their mouth, are they okay with it, or is it annoying to them? And how do they react? Ali, please.
It was annoying, and they told her to stop doing this.
Right, and what else did they do besides tell her to stop?
They told her to sit and be quiet, I think.
They did something. Maya. Hmm.
Martha was annoyed and she took her hand out of her mouth
Okay, what else did
because
they do?
Miss, can
Yeah, yes,
I
Judy,
can't
please.
remember.
they bit her hand?
They bit her finger. Good girl.
Finger.
All right. Yes. Okay. They were annoyed by it, by what Helen is doing, and that one of them bit her finger, and this really, really aggravated Helen. All right. In this point, in the stage directions, how was Helen described, physically and so on? How did she look? How was she looking during this phase? Reem. How about Hannah Durgem? How was Helen described physically? Her physical appearance while she was playing with Percy and Martha. How was she described?
She was angry
Okay, give us a
when
physical
they
description.
bite her. Yeah.
What is a physical description that was given for Helen at that time when she was sitting? Mhm.
Helen topples Martha on her back.
No, this is not the part where they described Helen. I'm talking about this part right here when she was describing.
Helen is well. Okay.
There's a lot of physical description here. Reem.
that she's growing more and more fanatic, which drove her to bite her own fingers.
Okay, guys, I'm talking about a physical description that it was provided from the stage directions
Miss, can I say?
at the time where they were playing together. All right, they say that she is 6 years old. How was she described? How is her physical appearance looking like? Maya.
quite unkempt and a body of
What did I say
heat,
unkempt meant? What does it mean to be unkempt?
unpresentable.
Unpresentable. Good job. Okay. Messy. Okay. Unorganized. All right. They also describe her as she's noticeably blind. All right. She has one eye larger than the other, and also protruding. Protruding means sticking out. Okay. One eye is bulging out. Okay. And one eye is larger than the other. She's noticeably blind. You can tell that there's something wrong with her eyesight. All right. She is never smiling. Okay, she never smiles. They say her face never smiles, and we know that she is. Mm, mm, they say that again, vivacious. All right, lively. All right, full of life. Again, it's very similar to vitality. All right, viv and vit. Viv, V-I-V, and V-I-T are both Latin root words for the word life. Okay, so whenever you see vivacious or vitality, know that it means to be full of life. Okay, someone who is very active and so on. All right, we know she's very abrupt. That means that she behaves spontaneously without thinking. Okay, her actions are abrupt. Okay, so these are all descriptions that we need to remember for Helen in that scene. All right, in that specific part. Again, what causes Helen's frustration during that part? We guys mentioned one of them is that Percy bit her finger, and she is unable to do what? Why else is she frustrated? Why else is she frustrated? Fadia. Come on, the same people participating. Judy, Maya, and Reem. Judy, Maya, and Reem. Always the same people participating, and Ahmed Rashwan. Always the same people. I need people to please participate. This is supposed to be a class discussion. All right, Nano, please.
Because she couldn't sense the features on the doll.
We're still at the part where she's with Percy. Why is she frustrated when she was sitting with Percy and Martha?
لا مش فاكرة.
Okay, Judy?
Because she was unable to understand why their lips were moving.
Good. She knows that their lips are moving because they're doing something that she is unable to do, which is speak, right? So when she tries to do the same, all right, nothing comes out. All right, so she knows that she's unable to express herself. All right, so again, what makes or causes Helen's frustration? Number one, the fact that Percy bit her finger. The next one is that she tries to imitate their actions, and she tries to do what they're doing, okay, by vocalizing or expressing herself vocal wise or speak, and she's unable to do that, which makes her additional which adds additional frustration to her. And how does she react to her own frustration? We said that she does what? Judy, she does what? She bites her own
Fingers.
she bites her own fingers, exactly. All right, and this is this is how savage she is. She starts biting her own fingers because she's so angry. All right, what causes Martha to scream and Percy to ring the bell? What causes Martha to scream and Percy to ring the bell? All right, what is it? What takes place that makes them do that? Who could tell
Yes,
me?
can I say?
Yes, please.
She was about to get the scissors on Martha. She had scissors and she was about to get them on Martha. She was close to Martha, يعني.
Good.
And then Percy started to ring the bell so they can stop her, يعني.
All right, but remember, ringing the bell doesn't mean to stop her. What is the ringing the bell a gesture for? What does ringing the bell